Alright, what are we looking at? Well, this is actually my computer, believe it or not. I don't particularly like to make videos on my computer, but I haven't had the time or the workspace to make any videos lately, so it's just sort of been quiet. And I'll show you that in just a little second when we get downstairs to working on this video particularly. But yeah, I just haven't had the workspace to actually do any sort of modifications or anything with consoles or whatnot. So when in doubt, I always just make videos about my computer because it's always kind of this mad science project that's sort of in limbo. As you know, I was always having this liquid cooling computer with the pink fluid, and it was antifreeze, and I'd fill it with a funnel, and it didn't have a proper radiator. Well, as you can assume, eventually I kind of got tired of having to refill that because you have to clean the fluid out every now and then, right? And I got tired of having to clean that out, and then, oh well, then there might be a leak, and then I have to diagnose it, and it's a pain in the ass. So we can't just go with a basic cooler, right? We can't just have a Noctua D15 cooler and a normal graphics card. Of course, I decided to go with this, what's called a Monster Labo the Heart. It's a gigantic cooler that's meant for both the CPU and the GPU, and it cools it. I've just got a floating Noctua fan. So, what this video is going to be about is I'm going to be constructing basically a nice frame. You can buy their case, but I don't really like their case. I want something more myself. So we're going to make like a nice little frame along the sides, maybe some acrylic, and then flip it over. That's hopefully the plan. But that's kind of what we're going for in this video, and I just want to also show you what the downstairs looks like, because we changed a little bit of the area where I normally do soldering or whatnot, and that's why I've been not able to make any videos on that. So let's quickly just take a tour of what we got to do first with this computer here. First on the agenda is obviously making a case for it, but with any graphics card, you'll note that when you remove, oh god, that's stabilization I turned off, my bad. When you remove the heatsink off of a graphics card and you don't have a proper water block, for example, like a proper water block like this one, it's just for the actual die, you're going to have problems with the VRM because there's nothing to cool them. So right now you can just buy these self-adhering little heat sinks spread along. I got about 4 of them taped on down. But the problem with that is they're really not meant for the amount of heat that these put out. So I'm going to be putting a big, thick aluminum block and then maybe some more heat sinks on top of that to screw down. These don't get too hot, so I might leave those there. But that's the first step, and we're going to go take a look at that. And then we're going to start making the case. So let's get right into it. Let's stop talking. You just witnessed one of my patented safety-defying techniques. I call this one I didn't want to go get to the garage and get the vise out, so we're just going to put some blocks of wood under it and hope it stays. Alright, so now what we gotta do is we just gotta cut this, and then of course, well, there's a bunch of paper on it, so we gotta polish it all off, sand it all off. Cutting it, I do not have an easy way to do that. I'm going to do it manually with a handsaw. And it'll be all crooked, but who cares? It's just a VRM heatsink. I'll be back. This is what I like to call the old Mac classic edge. It's when I start using a hacksaw and then realize it's not straight, and then I go back and then it's not straight, and then you end up with a a wavy line, and I'm not going to fix that. So it's just going to be curvy forever, but I think it looks, you know, okay. Then we can put some heat sinks on top of this, mostly just to add some thermal mass, hopefully. Alrighty, how well do these line up? Let's see here. You know what? Not too bad. A little crooked up here, but it's also just kind of cut. But I knew, you know what? I'm impressed out of this stupid little thing. Alright, let's go try it on the board. Before we go up, I might as well explain the whole situation too. So, haven't been posting any sort of videos on modding or whatever because we've been putting in outlets all along the basement area. So, as you can see, we got one down here. Turn the damn things on. There we go. One down here. We've got 9 in total, and they just run all the way along and across the other way more along around. Up over all the way along. And the biggest one of all is in this. I took out the old desk, so the desk used to sit in the corner. Pipe would go up along and then out the window. Moved it to a portable folding desk, which is actually significantly larger. I can put the 3D printer and stuff on it. But nothing's set up yet, so the outlet's not plugged in. So it's kind of annoying. I have to keep running extension cords and setting up portable things, like put the drill press up here, and randomly put that there, and this and that. And it's sort of a bit of a mess, so it doesn't really inspire wanting to put any videos up or work on any sort of modifications. So yeah, this seems like a good opportunity to do it, but enough of rambling. Now let's just get back to it. I put some pads on it. We're going to go screw it onto the GPU. Alright, so I can either put the screws on the front and the nuts on the back, or the screws on the back. I think the screws from the back because it'll be easier. So I'm just going to do that. There we are. Where does it go? We have the long end here, short end there. So I hold these screws like that. Hey, that's perfect. Now we just need to put some nuts on it. Give it a bit of a twist. Okay, now that it's finger tight, we'll just do an extra little oomph on it. Oh jeez. Talk about awkward. Ideally I would have done this off of, well, it wasn't on the heatsink, but too late now. Okay, that should be more than enough. That's pretty tight on there. Don't want to overly crush everything. Right, and then one more half turn. On this guy. There we go, that should be more than enough. Hold that on there nicely. Okay, so now we can put on top of that too, make a nice sandwich. Put these guys on if they still have any adhesive left in them. Probably have to re-put some more adhesive on them. But just for the video, for aesthetics, we'll make you get the idea. Yeah, there's no adhesive left, I gotta put some more on them. So, but just for aesthetics, you get the idea. That's sort of how they'll look when it's done. Silly, but it'll do the job probably. Oh, I just interrupt myself there. I'll put it back together and basically just turn it back on. These will probably come off, all of these, and I'll put on one big heat sink, because this is just to make it even with the other. I'm not sure what these are actually. It's been a while. I'll have to look into what that component is. Anyways, it's just to make it level on both planes, so then we can put a big heat sink on there. Thermodynamics engineers probably would be cringing at this, but whatever. That pretty much sums up this video. I'm not going to drag it on too long. I don't have the case ready, but I don't want you to make you question where's the video or whatever. So I'm just going to put this one up for now, and then you should see a follow-up coming up and what the case will look like. I don't want to drag this on too long, just one more video and that should do it. Either way, hope you found this somewhat interesting. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.